Three, two, one. Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to episode 76 of the KBMOD podcast. We've got a very special guest with us today. NFEN, good to have you here.
Oh, that's great guy.
Just kidding. We have the lovely CheddarChezz, or Michael Chestnut. He goes by a lot of different names, but
I
how
was
you
told
doing,
the world
Mike?
would end when I was on the podcast, so it'll probably be we'll all be dead within 2 hours.
You know
Other than
what?
that,
I
we're
would
good.
rather. There's no one I'd rather spend the last 2. I'm just fucking kidding. But,
That list is way long.
that list is super
Yeah.
long. No, man. How have things been? I'm glad you're finally on here. We give you a lot of shit, but
Yeah,
you
I
know.
know. It's
We
been
love
it's
you.
been good. 2013's been good. Been playing single player games slightly, and still fall back into BLR. But otherwise, yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit more open to actually gaming more than 3 games in an entire year. So
Now, I'm going to get a little personal for this. Have you tried MOBAs by chance? At all?
I have. They're
Man.
just so frustrating that I can't run in there, drop shot, headshot, and be Master League.
Let's talk like this for the rest of the
I
podcast.
think we all, like, it's so much more intimate and we're, like, way more friendly to each other. Like,
Welcome to the late night jazz session.
All right.
Sounds like that Delilah show or whatever on
All right,
AM
well, it's
radio.
Good to have you here. We have, and then next week, not to, well, we can tease next week what we're gonna have Diction on as well, so
Yes.
you guys can look forward to that. But how is everyone doing this week? Let's Nick, I want to know what you've been up to this week because for some reason I kind of care right now, and I feel like I should get that out right now. I care.
I've been buying my
Wow.
Okay. I knew that was
Were you stuck in Elo hell by chance?
I was stuck in Elo hell. It's very difficult. I didn't repent enough. I didn't.
Elo Purgatory.
Yeah, purgatory. It's really. I mean, they're one and the same. So, it's pretty difficult to get out of there.
You're great. You played Dota 2 for like 2 months, and now you're the biggest fanboy in the world. So that's
Hey, I played Dota 2 way before. I played Dota 2 when it went into beta. So, I just didn't play it for a long time after that.
That's great, dude. How does that bandwagon feel? You got splinters in your ass? Really woody bandwagon?
If anything's the bandwagon, it's League of Legends.
No,
He was,
I don't hate
Nick
on-
was at the first international, and
No.
then he retired. He retired.
Yeah,
You don't see me
I was on
hating
a team. It
that.
was
You
me.
hate on League. I don't
It
hate
was
on Dota.
me, Merlini, Gretzky,
And
and
Puppy.
Shaquille. we were doing it. We only had 4 people. We didn't even have 5. You usually have 5. We had 4. We won that shit. We retired. Millionaires, billionaires.
You guys,
Really good investments over the past
Been
year.
a big week for Nick.
Yeah.
It's like a huge week.
I actually played like one game of Dota 2, and it was single draft, and I got. Who did I play? I think I played Batrider. I never played Batrider before, and I played with the EU guys, and then I was just like, I'm done. So I just didn't play. That was it.
You didn't play with Dazzle?
I think I went 1-11,
wow.
so I stopped.
Oh, nice. See Mike Pollock?
Thanks
Nice.
for feeding.
I abstained. So that's about it. I don't even remember what else I've been playing. So I'm exciting.
I was
Yeah.
actually asking more what like, you actually physically did during this week. Did you work? Did you go outside? What was your?
I went to work. I was outside for the minimal amount of time as possible, but that's
I've
about
seen
it.
your tweets about the temperature being in the negatives. That sounds horrendous.
This week it's going to. This past week it was warm. It was in the 40s a couple of days. It was nice.
If only you had friends and opportunities in a state that was warm year round. It'd be that'd
If
be great.
only states that were warm year round didn't cost just ass loads of money to live in.
It's true.
That would be
It
the
does.
one.
It is very expensive. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
My rent went up. So there's that.
In the words of Sky, if you're not paying at least 80% of your income to rent, you're not really living.
That's right. You're doing it wrong in California. You know, hey, everyone, you can survive off water and ramen for a long time. Don't even worry. What about you, Chezz? What have you been playing?
Well, getting ready for the BLR patch, which is going to change hopefully a lot of things. I started playing that much more, but otherwise I've been trying to not just go through. The first time I played Sleeping Dogs, I sat down for 9 hours. I took 1 piss and drank 1 cup of water, and I just played straight through it. And I'm worried that I'm just going to continue to go through it and finish the game. So now I'm like holding off and streaming parts of it. But I played a little bit of that. I played some Counter-Strike actually yesterday, and I actually had a lot of fun with that, except we couldn't get in a competitive matchmaking lobby for like 15 minutes, and that was shitty. But other than
Yeah,
that,
I've only had a few experiences with the with the matchmaking in Go so far, and each time it's been just super shitty.
Yeah.
I've been playing it a lot this week and having no problems with it at all.
No, it works now.
We
Alright.
were in a party of like 3 people though, and I'm not sure why that would have been an issue, but I probably could have.
I
been
think it
fine
might be
with
better
myself.
with 5 or whatever the default is
Yeah.
supposed to be.
Yeah, maybe.
Because we didn't have that much trouble, but I don't know if I played since they refined the quote unquote refined the matchmaking. I don't know if that actually happened, but
Yeah. That's about it for me.
Cool. What about you, Brandon? What have you been up to?
Played some Orcs Must Die 2 co-op with Reddish Blue last night, and I really I enjoyed that game before when I was just playing by myself, but it's so good co-op. It's a lot of fun.
It is very fun.
We got almost to the last stage before we quit playing. Played a little bit of League of Legends, and I finished up XCOM finally, so that was nice to, I say get that out of the way, but it was kind of hanging over me because I had 20-something hours into it, and I knew I was pretty close to the end, so I finally
it's pretty long.
I finished that up. It is a pretty long game. It can be because you don't really have to do the objectives if you don't want to. You can always do side quests and stuff and just kind of keep it going. As long as you want. So I finally buckled down and just kind of went through the storyline because my guys were already powerful enough. And if I had more time on my hands, I would do an Iron Man playthrough, because my first playthrough I probably have 50 different saves just because I was compulsively saving, and so I feel like I didn't really get the full experience because I was so careful with my saves. But yeah, that's about it.
You get attached to those
Nice.
characters, man. You don't want to lose them.
You do, and then once you're compulsively saving, you can't stop because it's like all of your guys. You only have this one set of guys who are all max rank, and then all of your other recruits have nothing. So at that point, you just have to be all in and be like, if anyone dies, I restart the mission. That's how it goes.
Iris chiming in with the fact that he's been playing a lot of Dolphin Olympics on his Mac, which is fucking stellar.
Solid
Fucking
game.
Irish. Oh my god. Yeah. All right. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I want to get into. I want to get XCOM. I played the super early demo of it, and it seemed fun. And then, like, the game, it's gotten like all around critical acclaim. It didn't. Who gave it Game of the Year? I think Kotaku gave it Game of the Year. For
It
that. There was an
also
argument for it.
got Giant Bomb's Game of the Year.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's just such a different game than really anything else that has come out. I mean, it's that turn-based like RTS kind of thing, but I had never played anything really like it.
That turn based.
All right. What about you, John? What have you been up to?
I've been playing my TF2, but that's for ESEA. Outside of that, we've been doing Counter-Strike, the competitive matchmaking, like 3 or 4 nights a week now, and Sleeping Dogs. I've been playing a little bit of that. Some League of Legends. I'm almost level 30. I've been level 29 for like 4 months, or I've been level 28 for like 4 months. I hit level 29 last night, so, and then nothing else really. It's the wifey's birthday week, so been kind of busy, not having relations or anything. So.
Yes. All right. Daniel, what about you?
I too have dipped into Sleeping Dogs. Just an awesome game. Except the combat has been really frustrating for me, and I know other
Saw the
people
whole-
have
your
expressed
tweets
the
about
same.
Yeah.
Well, what happens is like your dude just stops doing anything at times, like just
Yeah.
becomes unresponsive. It's happening to Chezz too. I was watching him, so it isn't just me. But it is an awesome game. I had fun just going around. So there's a main quest line, obviously, that you can just follow through and beat the game if you want. But I've been doing all the face missions. Like, it's like getting street cred or whatever. You can just drive around and like pick people up and stuff like that. They're little side missions. It's got that good GTA 3 feel of you can just go around and do whatever. But yeah, but playing a bit of that. Walking Dead episode 3 played Monday. Heart was broken numerous times during that.
Did you cry? Was there tears actually shed?
Wait, was it this week or last week? Where I did tear up a little at one
Oh my
line.
God.
I forget where.
He does have a heart.
I know.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
no, it was this week. It was this week, because Clem just delivers this like heart-wrenching line at one point. But episode 3 was the longest episode. I think it was nearly 3 hours. But it was yeah. There was like everyone died in that episode. I won't get into any more detail than that, but like just everything went horribly wrong in episode 3. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. And then what else did I play this week? I'm trying to think. Played Botanicula, but I think I mentioned that last week. But and of course Isaac. Lots of Isaac. I got to, so Isaac has like 13 endings or something like that. But at ending 6, the game gets harder. What the fuck are you doing, Nick? At ending 6, the game gets really hard. Like, it starts beefing everything up. So I hit that last night, and it is a bitch. Like, I'm dying on floor 1 pretty consistently. So, but referring to the thing in the dock there, the SimCity beta was something I wanted to try this weekend. And I was like all pumped. Hex was like, "Oh, look, the beta's out." Nobody went and tried the beta, I'm guessing, because then we found out.
Shit.
Yeah, it gave you 1 hour of playtime.
It was
Those are the
1 hour
worst.
during the weekend, right? Like there
Yeah,
was
during the
3
weekend.
days, and you got to play it for 1 hour. It's
Yeah.
just that's a joke.
Oh, you can't even like replay an hour.
No,
No.
that's it,
No.
dude.
Like even
that's-
just where demos are timed, those are awful. I hate those. But like, you get literally 1 hour.
yeah.
Wow, that's awful.
And because I was like, I got so excited. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. Somebody like tweeted it at me, and Hex retweeted, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna be great. We're gonna play it all weekend. Nope, 1 hour. It was like a demo more than it is a beta.
That's shitty.
So yeah, it's just the tutorial. So it's like, I mean, it's a SimCity game as well, which like 1 hour in SimCity. I
Dude.
mean, you're not
Yeah,
really.
you have no time to do it. 1 hour. God. After
I was looking forward to it, yeah, to play it for like a few hours. I was really looking forward to playing that because I haven't played a SimCity game in years. But I was like, 1 hour, you're gonna get through nothing. You're not gonna get anywhere. And
I
then
built
found
a
out it was
town
like-
hall at a power plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
Thanks for
I have-
playing.
I have
It's
to
like-
wonder, like, what's the point of a 1 hour beta? That is pure marketing to me, because you're not
Yeah.
going to have people uncovering bugs and showing you issues when they
Yeah,
can only
in an
spend
hour.
an hour with the game in a tutorial that has probably been pretty combed over.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was what I was really looking forward to doing. But yeah, just didn't even bother with that. But I actually didn't play a lot of games this week because I had a lot of other real life stuff going on. And then this weekend was SoCal Regional, so I've just been glued to Twitch for the whole weekend for that.
Nice, you're a nerd.
Yeah, I am a nerd. What's up now, dude? What is up now? Been
You guys
watching
gonna fight?
watching competitive console gameplay all weekend. So there you go.
When are you gonna stop just watching it and start throwing your?
Do you know how
chances
bad
at-
I'm gonna be if I do that?
Hey.
It's,
You'll
Speaking
you'll
of-
never learn unless you get beat around a little bit.
Actually,
Speaking
you know
of
what?
competitive console gameplay, rest in peace, Halo. You're dead.
yeah, Halo
You're
taking off
done.
MLG.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Now
Well, my
here's-
dreams are over. I'm gonna go
Halo,
off
Halo
myself
4
now.
is a really great competitive title when you change everything.
here's,
So that's good.
here's the problem, though, Scott. If you want to get into fighting games, is that the net code for all those games is like
Yeah,
the
you have to go to
worst.
events.
Yeah, you have to play in person against people. So if you don't have like an arcade or like a group that does get-togethers in your town,
Right to
you,
practice.
yeah, you're never
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah,
Because online, it's like you
I
can't
had
do
one
anything.
That for 360, and I played online like 3 times, and I was like, this lag is terrible.
Like I haven't done it on PC. I have Street Fighter 4, but I haven't.
It's probably a bit better on PC, I'd imagine.
But yeah, I should play like Nikon or something because that would be the ultimate test. Because he's in California, so
Yeah, that's
Let's
true.
see what
I
would
thought you were
happen
gonna say
there.
because of his skill, and I almost fell out of my chair.
well he probably has a better control. I have the Xbox
yes.
D-pad to deal with,
She's
which
probably better than me.
is just useless.
All right.
So.
Chez got beat by me when I had my eyes closed.
That
That
was
is-
my way of bowing out.
eyes
my-
closed, head
Hang on.
turned off to the side. I just slammed on a joystick.
Prove that you were just able to mash buttons.
You do know how to slam on those joysticks, Nick. You're
Yeah.
very good at that.
I'm very good at
Yeah,
eating.
you're very good.
What?
To be fair, Mike Pollack took second place in that tournament, so who knows
Yeah,
what's going
anything's
on in
possible.
that game.
So what have you been playing, Scott?
What have I been playing? I've been playing League. I've played some Sniper Elite V2 the other day. What else did I play? Played some Orcs Must Die as well.
Yeah, I saw you and Sark on the leaderboard because it shows your friends,
Oh, did it?
friends like co-op leaderboards.
Yeah.
I was like, when did Sark and Scott play Orcs Must Die 2?
Did you
And
play to
were
record
also,
it?
You were also on the
Yeah.
bottom by like a long way of the other friends who had played.
Hey, you know what, dude? We just play for fun. We're not about score, okay? We're about camaraderie. Yeah, I'm trying to think other than that what I've played. Yeah, mostly those couple. Sniper Elite multiplayer is super interesting. I would say super fun, but I don't know if it's fun.
Are there still people that even play that?
Yeah, there's actually quite a few servers. There's like 50, maybe not 50, like 40 servers, and there were like half of them were populated. the
So
other day.
how does that work? Do you still have
It's-
cinematics and stuff in the multiplayer?
Yeah, it's less. They're like super quick. If you get a headshot, it'll trigger it, obviously, but it's not like the super long one like you get
Yeah.
like you'll get in single player. But the maps are like some of the maps are smaller and it's more fun, and you can use like the fun thing is to just troll with your Thompson or whatever or your MP40 and just run up on people camping in buildings and shoot them, and they get super mad. Like, this is a sniping game. You stupid nerd. And I shoot them. But it's kind of fun for like they have like really random game types. One of them is called Team. It's like whoever gets the only thing that counts is how long the sniper shots from your team were. So like you can rack up like 20 kills, but if your kill distance was not as long as the other kills of the other team members or whatever, you lose. So
That's kind of
it's
cool,
super-
actually.
It's cool.
In
Yeah,
a game that's totally sniping based. That's pretty sweet.
yeah, exactly. So that's pretty fun. Plus, it looks fucking on Ultra. It looks amazing. The engine's pretty cool. So.
Also, you did play some COD 4 this week.
Yes, we did. Totally forgot about COD 4. We 1v1'd on shipment on PC. Solve our differences. And
I gotta
Dude,
say this.
Sark is the worst
Yeah.
FPS player in the
Dude.
world.
He is terrible
Honestly,
at that game.
on PC. He's really good at blacklight sniping, but wise, he's super good at blacklight. I don't think COD 4 is his cup of tea.
I
on
felt like
PC.
at times you
point
were
and click.
It didn't look
Yeah.
pretty. It didn't look.
you were
pretty.
just letting him kill you at times. I felt.
Well,
We need footage. This is good.
Hey, no, I would never do that. Come on. But, no, he genuinely killed me like 4 times. There was a couple times where I was just like flailing, but yeah, we'll revisit that at some point. He wants revenge, so we'll see what happens.
Well, he better
I don't know.
practice.
Yeah.
I love Sark, but man, that was rough. All right. Seems like that's about it, unless anyone has something else to add.
Swag.
Swag, yes, obviously. So we're going to run a quick 60-second commercial break, and then we'll be back with the news.
And get me another sandwich.
Swagoo.
Good time to remind people that if you're a subscriber, you don't get commercials. And so
This would be a good-
subscribers would be seeing this, but also people with ad block will be seeing this.
And
so I
also
can tell you
because
that
it's
you're
January,
scumbags.
half of you are seeing it anyway, but
Seeing this without a subscription, like
not to
They're probably
undermine
just-
what Brandon said.
They're probably just seeing some stock CBS ad.
No, dude, I've gotten that freaking Mama ad like a million times
yeah,
this
I have
weekend
that.
on
Mama.
the SCR stream.
it's good. Can't wait to see it.
Also, the SCR stream has had because they're like, it's a big event, so they're sponsors, so they run their own commercials. The Mad Cats commercials are the most wacky shit I've ever seen. They make
ones
no
for-
sense.
There was one for League of Legends for whatever tournament. Was it for? I don't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't for League of Legends. It was for something else. But it was one. You just walked in on a guy in the bathroom.
Yeah,
He was just
that's
like,
it.
Mad Cats.
Yeah, that's the Mad
and
Cats.
that was it.
No, he goes Mad Cats. It's the
Yeah, and that's
because he's
the
taking a
commercial.
shit and playing. Yeah, that's. But it's
That
like,
was it.
what is? Why is this? Is this selling me the stick? Not really. I don't. But they would show like 3 of them in a row, it would be like the joystick one, and then the one where he talks in Japanese to the girl, and then the other one where he puts the Mad Catz headset on the girl, and then she tells him that the baby isn't his, and then it ends. Like,
Fuck.
I don't know. But all right, we are back. And the first piece of news was something I took as a piece of good news, but it depends on how you look at it. Jay Wilson, the lead on the Diablo 3 team for the past 5 years, has left Diablo 3 to go work on, and I was corrected before the cast, go work on other Blizzard projects.
Titan.
Namely Titan, which means Titan's going to be just one big auction house simulator. So just be prepared. Be
God,
prepared
you
for
couldn't
that.
Control your venom to report this story without bias, could you, Dan? Get you.
No, I think
Your face.
Fuck
no,
that
I think
guy.
he probably learned a lot from Diablo 3. I
Are
mean, he's brilliant. He's
really?
a brilliant mind. He works at Blizzard, so he learned what people like and what people don't like. And I think he'll probably do good work somewhere else. Blizzard doesn't hire idiots.
You're completely right
Blizzard,
on that.
Blizzard hires innovators, and whether you like Diablo 3 or not, it was still very innovative in a bad way to us, but other people might think was great.
Well, the gameplay is fucking solid. I mean, you can't deny
I mean,
that.
the Real Money Auction House is a great. It's a
just
big
the
innovation.
the
It's just I don't
progression
care about it.
systems and stuff were broken. But anyway, if you can put that kind of polish on Titan, I mean, I'm all for that. I just hope Titan doesn't become... I don't feel Titan will either, because it's got a lot of WoW team members. A lot of the people who made the good shit with WoW. I don't know if you remember this, John, but right around Wrath, they took half that team and moved them to Titan. So those guys had made parts of Wrath, all of TBC, and Classic. So those were the guys who...
made good World of Warcraft.
Yes.
I hope Titan is just Warcraft 4.
It's
That's
not
all
gonna
I
be.
want.
It's gonna be freaking steampunk.
I know it won't be.
It's gonna be.
But I want it
steampunk.
to be Warcraft 4.
So
It's gonna be actually Guild Wars 3.
Whatever it is, whatever.
Yeah, and then
it is,
I'll
I'm
hype
gonna
it up for
play
7 years,
so.
and then I'll
Yep.
play it till level 7. So
Whatever Titan is, I will quit Team Fortress 2 and play that.
yep.
So-
I'm pretty. I'm already sold on it, even though I don't know what it's gonna be at all.
Another
Ford
bit of news
disappointment.
that we don't have involving, since we're kind of talking about MMOs and stuff. Terra Online's going free to play
That's true.
February 1st, and Terra is awesome. It sucks because there's no end game content, so it's not really worth the $15 subscription for that. But Terra as a game is great, and I highly recommend you play it because
Yeah.
they're doing free to play the correct way, similar to Guild Wars. Nothing but cosmetic.
Yeah. So
Play it.
I had fun playing that game.
I wish I would have seen some of the end game content. Me and Scott could have done that together.
Okay, Nick, you know what? I know you're going to bring this up. I will say this. We get, if you already bought it for $60, don't you get certain things?
Yeah, you,
now that it's free to play.
Yeah.
You get a special title,
and you
or
get more
some gold
character
or-
slots.
See, Nick? It was worth it. You can
bunch
get
of
a
other
sweet
stuff.
title with
More
our
bank
level
slots as well.
13s. You can run around.
But also, that game
Neat.
will, if you have a high-end setup, that game will look friggin'
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's the
on
best
your
looking
machine.
MMO I've ever seen.
And the combat in it is fucking awesome.
Chezz, what do you think about Terra?
Oh, huge fan. I don't even know. What
I
the
think
fuck
of all
you're
the
talking
MMOs out there, Chezz would like Terra the most, though.
Well, I thought
'cause
Chezz is-
it's more shooty, kind of.
Yeah,
You gotta
about.
aim-
there is a lot of combat in Terra. More
Yeah.
WoW, you just hit buttons and then they work. Like Terra, you have to dodge and do all kinds of stuff.
You can solo some of the highest level NPCs in the game if you're good at the combat. It'll take you like
That's
4
true.
hours, but you can do
Yeah,
it.
you could do it. But yeah, Jay Wilson. Moving on, we'll see where Diablo 3 goes with this. I don't know how much he was actually working on the latest patches, obviously, but
You and the
Sounds
4 other
like-
people still playing Diablo 3. We'll see where it goes.
Well,
You say
1.07
that, but
I'll,
this
I'll play
post-
Diablo right after this.
There
This
are
battle.
millions of
That post
people.
has 180 pages on this thread. People are still interested
No,
in
I'm
Diablo
kidding. I'm being
3.
sarcastic.
that game
I'm just
never
saying, from the
leaves
player
top
base
10
that
on
it
Twitch.
started with to where it is now. I mean,
I don't
And
get
PvP
it, but-
dueling went on the public test realm for Diablo
Well,
3.
dueling is all that mattered in Diablo 2. People would have money matches and shit. It was crazy. Also, people would duel in hardcore, and you can imagine the stakes there.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I didn't
So,
realize that he's been on that project for 7 years. I don't even know if I can read anything into this. It's just like, if I've been working on the same project
That's
for
what I
7
was-
years,
I might
I
peace
probably
out.
want to move on too.
But
I
yeah,
was like, you don't even have to give a reason. You can just be like, I worked on that
When
fucking
they-
7 years.
when
I'm
they
done.
dissolved Blizzard North, they brought him in. Like that's
Yeah.
that's what happened. And then Blizzard North, of course, David Brevik working on that Marvel Heroes, which I thought looked great at PAX Prime, but is apparently crap from everything I've read. I haven't gotten in beta yet. Did you get in, Brandon? Anything? It's started.
I've gotten emails about it that I have deleted about buying Founders stuff.
Yep.
So I'm not interested.
For what?
Yeah.
For
Marvel Heroes.
No.
That Diablo type game, but with Marvel
I think
characters.
with that game, it's going to come down to their free-to-play model, like everything else. So I'm not really interested in playing it before it's really live.
Yeah, for sure. So, Jay Wilson, moving on to Titan. Hopefully that spells good
R.I.P.
things for Titan.
Or maybe something new. I mean, given the length of Blizzard projects, if he came on a Titan right now, I doubt he would be really seeing
he wouldn't
a
be
whole lot
leading
of
it,
the direction.
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't be leading it, so it may be a brand new project, something else.
Warcraft
Yeah.
4.
Could be.
Could be. Yeah.
But moving on to something Chezz can talk about, since he's he's keeping himself muted over there. We talked about this a little bit last week, but Dean Hall, Rocket, guy who created DayZ, for those of you who don't know, came out again this week, did an AMA on Reddit, and he said he thinks the game now is going to come out before April. That's what he's saying. But he also kind of put a caveat that it'll be done when it's done. So I'm down with that, though.
I love delayed launches, especially on games that I'm excited for. I fucking love seeing delays.
Yeah.
But it's fine. You'd rather have a game that works correctly than a shitty game that everyone was hyped about, then it sucks and nobody plays it again.
Yeah. Anyway, he also says he's hoping that someone mods a new DayZ into Arma 3 when it comes out, since Arma 3's been delayed as well. But yeah, he also, man, he shits on the War Z pretty hard in this thing too, which is not something he generally has done. Like, just come out and kind of said what everyone else was thinking on this. But on the War Z, he said, I don't think I've ever said they weren't competition, but I have said that competition doesn't necessarily mean lower prices or better quality for the consumer. Well, that was true. It can actually mean that companies get carried away competing for something that isn't important, such as perception or marketing. I've had family members, close friends, mistake the difference between War Z and DayZ and confront me about what they believed was unethical behavior they thought I was making.
That's gonna suck. That's
Time
gonna
out.
suck.
I read that. What if they're your family members?
They
you
should-
best fucking slap them or be like, "What are you talking
Oh,
about?"
hey, I'm your friend. I don't know what the name of the game you're making. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But that's the thing. I
Unethical
think that
behavior.
highlights just how bad the blatant copying was. When even people close to you, they know you work on something Z, and they see a news headline and they think it's you. It's like that's bad. I mean, they really are. They're
Yeah,
in
I
a
guess
way
you're
kind of
right. I
dragging.
guess
They're
you're
kind
right.
of dragging the DayZ guys through the mud because the uninformed masses aren't going to pay attention to whether or not they were talking about the War Z or DayZ
Yeah.
because they're not going to remember.
True.
Yeah, and then he says, he continues on, it hasn't made my life very pleasant, and I disagree entirely with the conduct and how consumers have been treated in the whole War Z fiasco. So, yeah, that's the first time.
It's nice to hear him speak out about that because he usually seems like a pretty polite guy.
Yeah.
But I think given just how bad the things are that they've done with that game,
Mhm.
and that they've clearly just tried to capitalize on the fact that they were able to get a product to market before DayZ standalone. I mean he's well within his right to be really angry
Yeah.
about that.
And he also says that there may be, you can go look at the AMA on Reddit for like more fleshed out details, but in the article I'm looking at, he says that DayZ needs a new map, and that there should be, basically says there should be a new map besides, what
A
is the
city,
name of the-
urban. It's like an urban environment they want to do more so because that's where all the players end up going, anyways.
Yeah. So I also put a note on here for those of you who haven't been keeping up with it as much, but I was listening to the PC Gamer podcast this week, and they obviously have gotten to interview Rocket directly. But he wants to put in a disease mechanic into DayZ, and what I mean by that is that you can pick up clothes. Like if you pick up clothes off a corpse, it's very possible they would be diseased. And he says he wants to put in something. It was between like 10 and 15 different diseases, and they would be communicable, like some of them, and some would be like, and you would be able to concoct cures and things like that for them. So if someone wanted to, they could become like the DayZ doctor on the server, and basically, like the example PC Gamer gave was like you're sitting in a room with 2 armed guards, and people can come in, even if it's like the worst PKer on the server, and he's got cholera. Well, it doesn't sound like the crafting in that game is actually going to be that complex. Like, maybe you find 3 different components and make a cholera cure or something like that.
What it sounds like to me, it reminds me of when Minecraft switched from when you ate, it just gave you health, and then when they added in hunger, it's just an extra annoying factor, and it makes things not as fun for me personally.
But for the experience, they're going for
that.
Yeah, the whole zombie apocalypse feel. When they were saying, everyone kind of went into uproar when he said he wanted to have 100. He thinks the map should accommodate 150 people because the map is huge. That we all know that. And other people are like, well, that's not really like an apocalypse. It's just 150 people squished on a map with zombies. So it looks like
kind of
is.
I mean, it's like miles, plural, across the map.
Huge.
Like,
yeah, it's huge.
You might, it's not like everyone in your, if your city had, I don't know, let's say Chernobyl had 50,000 people.
50,000 people
used to live there.
It's a ghost town now, but
yeah, it's a ghost town now. There's like 100 of us left.
I
Like
really
that would
hope
be.
he goes the full step to make it super realistic and puts AIDS in, and you can contract it obviously sexually. I think there should be a sex mechanic because there should be female. Is there female malice in DayZ?
Yes,
right
there
now?
are.
Okay, you should be able to. I mean, carnal needs. There should be a carnal meter, and you should have to fuck either a male or a female at least every like. I don't know how long you're alive for. It would.
I knew this was coming.
It wouldn't kill you. It wouldn't kill you, but it would just really. It would make you super depressed, and your guy would like move slower, not have an appetite. So then you couldn't force food down him. If his testosterone or libido gets too low, he starts growing a vagina from the radiation. All this stuff is things that I think.
So how does the rest of the ecosystem play into that? Because there are animals in the game.
Well, absolutely, and
you get really lonely.
Whoa.
Animals will only raise your meter a quarter, so you have to fuck like 4 of them to get sustained. So.
4 sheep. 4 sheep equal 1 woman. Is that what we're saying?
Contact me.
But
these two direct.
As far as the disease go, the other thing it would put in is in that if it's contagious, maybe you are running with a crew and one guy gets something, and then you're just kind of like, well, shit, man. Do we just like, leave him, like kill him and just leave him? Because we don't want to get sick too. And then like that becomes a factor too. So
just seems really
I don't
annoying.
think it's
like,
going to be as
DayZ,
complex as you think it's going to be, Nick, though.
But when you're playing DayZ, you already have so many things in the back of your mind that you're juggling.
True.
Like you have blood. You like in DayZ, you didn't really have to worry about your temperature, but like theoretically in the game, you would
if
have
you
to worry
get
about
sick,
temperature.
you would for sure.
Stuff like that. Like you're already worried about all that stuff fixed on like zombies and people shooting at you. So like I don't.
That's
there's
true.
so many. You can only put so many things that I'm gonna have to worry about before it gets annoying.
I'm sure it will be a server by server case too. I'm sure there will be servers
you
with
have the
no
ability
disease.
to turn things off.
Yeah, no, he's not going to make servers like. That's kind of the lifeblood of the game as well. He's not going to make servers, locked down. It's not going to be like Black Ops 2 or something. Got to queue in.
I think I kind of see what Nick is saying with it could get annoying. That's why I hope with these new features that they find that right balance. Like if these cures or the ingredients for a cure for certain things are going to be things you can find pretty easily. It's just that you have to go to maybe 3 different barns because you need 3 different ingredients. I think I could see how you could make it really annoying, or I could see how you could just make it something else that you have to think about. And like you said, Dan, maybe if it's a communicable disease, it's like if you've got someone in your group that has it and they don't really have many weapons or something, do you kill them?
They totally took that from Walking Dead, but in the best way possible, because it's just like you have to make this horrible decision basically. So
Yeah, I could see it being, if they do it right, being just another element of the things you have to worry about. Now, maybe you have to worry about your friends and looting bodies and things aside from just the enemies that are out, looking for you.
yeah. So DayZ sounds pretty cool. Sounds like he said he really wanted it out by the new year too, but sounds like before April, but there's going to be like a stress/beta test before then.
They're already going on like closed
ones.
They're already starting it, but it's not. He said he's going to open it up slowly to people, but it's mainly about making sure that kind of the main structures and everything are correct before they do anything major and actually open it to a public by any means.
Yeah. So
This chat about DayZ is
I know.
out of control. Oh.
DayZ S&M, it's
Yeah.
going crazy.
Anyway,
Please respect
would-
DayZ women.
As an aside, I would love to see DayZ at some point become more planet-side like, where you have a huge map with hundreds of players, so that you actually could make like an epic trek, across
If they
across
could
the
make-
map.
are they gonna make like
thing.
squad mechanics at all, like where you can join?
Well, Arma has
like,
that built in.
That would be
but
cool.
more officially, because then it's like, yeah, then you wouldn't have to.
The actual
least-
Arma game has it where you can squad up, and I think they like
Yeah.
open the amount, and people do that for Wasteland and stuff. But I don't know if he's gonna do that. Honestly,
I think
don't
it's
think
stripped
that was
out on
addressed.
purpose. I
No,
think
it's-
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
probably right. So you accidentally kill teammates and all that.
because
or friends.
obviously you're going to play with your friends on some sort of voice chat, but like
Right. You're right.
the
Part of
game is
magic of it
made
is, like,
to
is that
be.
you?
Yeah, is that you? Is that you?
Yeah.
Like behind
The
the.
sad thing is it's still going to be on the Arma engine, and he addressed it in the AMA too, where he said, are we going to get an FPS increase? No, you're not going to get an FPS increase. You just hope that the inventory system is reworked, which he said was a main focus.
Yeah, the
and,
main focus was
zombies aren't
control.
fucking one hit punching you through a wall and killing you. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's the worst. That's why. That's the worst.
But yeah, no, the controls. That's my main issue with the game is like losing all your shit if you try to loot a backpack and like
Yeah.
all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff happening. So as long as they get rid of that, really, I'm all right with it. But moving on to some more quick news. Recently, well, this actually wasn't recently. I remember when this article first came out last year, or this leak. Arcane Studios was developing a Half-Life 2 Episode 4 project with Valve, and it was basically leaked, and there was no sort of like evidence really, but Valve did confirm that it was a thing last year. But now some screenshots have surfaced of it, and you can check those out. You can probably search for Half-Life 2 Episode 4 Arcane Studios or something and find them. But they are definitely Half-Life. They're definitely Half-Life screenshots. There is no mistaking them. Although some of the environments are kind of unfamiliar in a way.
Yeah. The I don't recognize. I'm trying to think. The first two are interesting, like the lab or something.
Towards the bottom.
Yeah,
Also, yeah.
that's
I
like a
don't know.
zombie in the distance in that
Yeah.
one there.
Yep. And then there's what
Well,
was it? An
It looks
absorption?
it looks like a crab head zombie without the crab head. That's kind of
Yeah.
what they. I mean, that's the same thing.
Well, if you
so.
want to learn anything from this being episode 4, that can just tell you right now that episode 3 is definitely in development. Like, basically is what that says. Is
Yeah.
that they had a plan. So, but this is canceled. This project has been canceled. So, most likely because Valve felt everything was too far out, and then Arcane, I believe, did work on Dishonored. So, they had a big project as well.
Yeah, Arcane's a name you don't really see as often as you would think, because they haven't made anything bad
Yeah.
that I know of. Like, nothing has even been like mediocre. It's all been really, really good.
So you can go check those screenshots out. Obviously, it's just canceled, just kind of pointing it out. There's hope. There's hope for a new Half-Life.
I believe it when I see it.
All I heard was Half-Life 3 confirmed. Put that in your KBMOD podcast confirms Half-Life.
Yeah.
And here comes the tweets.
But up next here, another awesome move by a developer for the PC. BioShock Infinite announced all their PC specs, and they kind of did a similar thing to the Claptrap's love letter for Borderlands 2. So they basically have included, everything you could want. FOV slider as well. DX11 support, tons and tons of, all the different graphic stuff you want. Support with Eyefinity and Surround built in. So, and Matrox triple head to go, whatever the hell that is. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, those are words.
Yeah, that was so. And there will be a full screen windowed mode, which I actually love when games include that.
Yeah.
So there will be that. The requirements were also put out. The minimum will be actually not that bad. An 8800
Not bad at all.
GT can run this shit.
If you don't have an 8800 GT, you're probably not really a gamer at this
You're actually
point.
probably poor and live in a housing project, and if that's the case, you shouldn't even
Wow.
be gaming. You should feel bad about yourself.
One of the
My only gripe is the disk drive, the disk space required. That's a bit
However, John,
obnoxious.
yeah, it is obnoxious. However, they are including the HD textures
yeah.
built in, so that's probably why. But
I mean, it's a story-based game. I don't think 20 gigs is unheard of. I mean, XCOM was 20 or 25.
Max Payne 3 was like 40 or some
Max
bullshit.
Payne 3 is obnoxious.
I mean, what is Black Ops 2? That was some stupid number, wasn't it? It was like 12 or 13.
Yeah,
There's
just
nothing to that.
multiplayer.
Yeah, there's
Just
nothing to that.
multiplayer was like 14 gigs.
I don't really see that as that big of a problem, especially for a single player game, because if you're done with it, then you
Yeah.
take it off of your hard
Well,
drive.
Assassin's Creed 3 is like 30, I think, but it has HD textures. So that's why it is so big. But if you
With a single-player game, you don't really care as much about loading time. Like I'll put that on my
Yeah.
second hard drive, whereas in multiplayer games, I put those on my SSD to load fast.
So, but yeah, the recommended specs are quite a bit higher, but it's actually
That's
a
good.
bigger jump than you normally see for the
Well,
X560.
I'm guessing that's because that's the HD textures,
Yeah, the 30 gigs. Steam account required, but no other DRM. Doesn't look like there's Game for Windows Live or anything
Damn
like
it.
that going on. I know. I was really hoping to share my Microsoft achievements and shit with you guys.
Yeah, achievements are really meaningful to me.
Yeah. But otherwise, it looks like they have everything, and they wrote this all out, which is really cool. It sucks that people have to do this still, but so they already got support for Steam's Big Picture mode on it too. Kind of cool. So yeah, so it's looking good. That is a game. I'm not that into BioShock because I haven't played the first two, but
Fix that.
I
right
should
now,
fix that
please.
from what I've heard. But from everyone is like hyping this game. Everybody wants this game specifically this year.
I'm scared, but I want it really, really bad. But
So
Well, this
Yeah, I
kind
know.
of stuff. This kind of stuff makes me want it too, because I'm not really that much into the BioShock universe, but I do love when I see stuff like this that basically acknowledges, hey, we get that you don't like console ports, and we don't either. So here are all of the things that we did, and all of the reasons this is not a console port. And they even put in they have VSync. They say they have FOV adjustment. That's the stuff that I would expect from a good PC game. And that definitely sets it apart from just your average console port. So that's awesome. I was really glad to see this.
And I guess from listening once again to PC Gamer who have gotten hands-on with the game, that like the detail in that game as far as the environment is just like off the charts. I mean, the little things to make the world better. So it sounds like the delays and stuff were worth it for this game is what it's sounding like.
it better be.
So, but last here, but not least, SimCity and the guys over at Maxis are joining Mojang in making. What?
Sorry, reading chat.
Continue.
Go ahead.
SimCity is joining Mojang with making a version of their game on for schools. So they're making a SimCity for the classroom version of the game, which is pretty cool. It's not finished yet. Minecraft did this as well, so they have one that they distribute to schools. Ooh, looks like Skype did just die.
I can hear you.
You're
Michael
good.
Chesness.
Just Chezz.
Just
Chezz,
Chezz.
gone.
Okay.
Who gives
Cool.
a shit?
So yeah, SimCity.
Look at the face.
I wish I had
Skype.
I know his Skype picture is so epic. I think is it Steve Harvey with
Yeah,
his
it's
face
Steve
on
Harvey.
it? Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's so good. But But yeah, so they've joined Mojang and Minecraft in that. That's pretty cool. I wish I had had my Minecraft and SimCity when I was
I think both of those games are good examples of like video games that you can give to kids and like they can learn things
totally.
like Minecraft. You learn about like just creating in general, and like SimCity you can learn about management and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I bet they can. Well, what they do with Minecraft is they'll have scenarios built in where like you can build the Acropolis and things like that, and learn about ancient building techniques and that kind of thing. And but SimCity, I'm guessing you could do stuff all the way up to like seniors in high school with that game, as far as like an economics class or city planning.
There are a lot of real-world examples of kind of classroom-type assignments you could give your students with that.
Yeah.
And I mean, as much as we bash on EA sometimes for their decisions, I think stuff like this is really good for just gaming in general, because it gives news outlets positive headlines that they can put around games, which increasingly for some reason seem to be needed. That people remember that games aren't evil things. So it's nice to see. It's nice to see that SimCity they're gonna look at it as an educational tool and actually put resources towards that.
They did put Minecraft in the Minecraft's already in the Minecraft documentary, but they had a little segment in there about Minecraft in schools. So go watch that movie if you haven't. It's really good. That's all.
So
I gotta watch that. I still haven't.
We're going to take a 60-second commercial break, and then we'll be back with a little roundtable, and then, of course, viewer questions after that. So we'll be right back. Brink for gym. Brink in gym class. Get that parkour down.
I just want to say I'm a really big fan of APLFisher. I love your work.
Dude, this D-Mike guy's fucking killing me.
Yeah.
We just did the podcast semifinals. We'll be back after we sell out to ads. Chef America. Unbelievable. Outstanding. My pants are... What the... It shouldn't be funny, but it's fucking funny. D-Mike.
Yeah, the kids request a Tekkit series from Nick Fenton for their eighth grade class.
And it consisted of me just swearing at children.
Yeah, it's just Nick Fenton blocking people on
I will not
YouTube.
invite Captain Sparkles on this server.
Yeah, where's Bonk 815 this week?
Dude, I don't know where he is.
Shout out to Bonk,
He's right there. Shout out to D-Mike.
There he is.
Right on time.
Right on time.
You Bonk.
You doing okay, Chezz? You
Wow,
alright over there?
Bonk and D-Mike just teaming up in this chat.
I
destroying.
got deduced. I got deduced by Anonymous.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Damn. Damn, dude.
Oh, fuck.
I can
Deduce.
imagine the moose wearing the Guy Fawkes mask. That's
Right in the anus.
right in the noose. A moose a noose.
Deduced by a new moose.
Noon? What is it?
You still there, Chezz?
Yeah, why?
Okay.
You're thinking-
Alright.
Am I getting DOSed?
It
No.
looked like you just froze, but that's you just sitting super still. Super confused. All right, there you go.
Froze.
So,
Maybe it did.
yeah, I think his cam froze, but that's alright.
Are restarting it?
Is this still frozen?
Nah, it's fine if it is. Your picture's so good that I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
now I can't turn my video back on, so I'm screwed.
That's alright.
This face is good enough.
This face is good enough.
Face.
So no, it went away. So for our roundtable this week, Penny Arcade, Ben Kuchera, man who has worked his way
Dude.
into my heart after.
You guys should finally, at some point, I know he's married and has children, but you guys need to just fuck
Yeah.
out all the sexual
You guys
tension.
are having like
I know.
makeup sex
Yeah.
about video games.
Over Twitter, yeah.
You're like, I'm so angry at you, Ben Kuchera. I'm so angry. And then you finally get back together.
You
and it's-
tweeted him? Or are you joking?
No,
Oh.
that's the only interaction I would have with Ben Kuchera.
You should get on that, and then maybe send a DM with the
Let's
spicy
get on
pics.
that.
He's interested.
So
But that article is super good.
yeah, you put up this article. So last week, was it last week we discussed that, or 2 weeks ago?
I think it was last week.
When we discussed the whole Sandy Hook, people burning video games for $20 gift certificates, and everybody trying to blame games. they came out with this article basically breaking down that, you know, we aren't all terrible, violent, psychotic people who play games. I mean, some of us are, but most of us are not.
I do what I'm capable of.
There are also doctors, professional physicians who are crazy, psychotic, evil people.
Yes, very true.
Most lawyers are crazy, psychotic, evil people.
Well, they're just generally evil.
Yeah, just generally evil people. But basically, also in the wake of this article, the Obama put out the what was it, the 23 executive actions or whatever, and one of them was to spend $10 million to fund research into violent games again.
To be fair, I think it was violent games, media, other
It's
things.
all violent
But
media.
games was called out specifically.
If you're gonna fund it, how about you fund more money than it costs to make the game? How about that?
Or I mean, we could just not spend $10 million on
They could spend the money to make a game talking about how bad violent video games are. You play through, and it tells you that you're a bad person.
Well, doesn't it make sense now that people confuse DayZ and War Z? Because anybody who plays games is obviously going to go murder a bunch of people. So that, you know, now I can see why they confuse DayZ and War Z. So it makes sense.
Yeah, they're the same people.
And Jay-Z as well, yeah.
And Jay-Z. And Jay-Z.
But
you just go around rapping and repping the Bronx.
it was a bad week overall for video gamers, and then this came out. The NRA came out with their video game, pretty solid. But they came out with this article kind of coming to the defense of gamers, and obviously it's on Penny Arcade, something that is only read by gamers, so that kind of sucks in a way because
Should be
nobody else is
syndicated,
going
like
to
in
see
the
it.
New York
Yeah,
Times and shit.
but you'll never get that read. You know, you'll never read about anything good.
You can read about Optic Hex in Forbes. People will read it in Forbes too.
Yeah, but
Optic Hex has been in Forbes twice, bro. Twice.
you're never gonna see an article on how Awesome Games Done Quick raised $500,000 for cancer research.
That's amazing.
By speedrunning games. Like you're never, you know, you'll get an article as soon as there's a massacre, but you're never gonna get that. Or when, you know, people like us and you guys specifically, we just sat and played games. You guys did all the work for Extra Life, raising $57,000.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this article, I like that Ben Kuchera obviously, you know, his job is games, and he was talking about a LAN party that he went to over the weekend and like people he's talked to, and I thought there's some parts in this article that I thought were good. Like he's saying, you never hear about the lawyer who wears a suit to work and then comes home to unwind with a few rounds of Battlefield 3, or doctors who are Devil May Cry fans, or, you know, there are a lot of people out there, just normal people who are handling millions or billions of dollars in their day-to-day job, you know, being managers or programmers or just, you know, doctors or anything, just regular people. And you don't ever hear about just the masses of regular folks who are playing games and just going about their daily lives. You only hear about kind of the negative news stories that seem to draw that negative perception of games that for most people is not accurate at all.
Yeah, I'm looking for the part in here where he talks about the Vikings kicker.
Chris
Oh
Cluey.
yeah.
Yeah, and he, I guess, does like those Warhammer type figurines
Yeah,
or
he's a
something
huge
akin to it. And if you think games are nerdy, that shit is way nerdy. The Warhammer figurines. There's a couple dudes I work with that do that as well. But he said that, I guess, to this interviewer, and she was just like,
Yeah.
she was just like
It's totally
disgusted. Like, just, you're $1 million, you know, athlete. It's really fit. What are you doing? Fucking nerd. Like, that was
Should
like
I
how
go
they,
and stop being athletic and a millionaire, which I hate, and then I go home and I be myself, which
Yeah,
you
that's
hate.
right.
Like,
it's
Yeah,
like,
it's such a good article. I do hope it gets some. I mean, who knows? I mean, it gets some love elsewhere, but like you said, it's kind of super specific to Penny Arcade. So it's like, who would really see it? Like the people that need to see it. Well, just link it to all our ignorant friends.
yeah,
Probably be
the
good.
best.
But all of my friends are gamers, so
Yeah,
that's
one of the
awesome.
best lines in here is We've been told by the media that our hobby is somehow different and other in some unspoken way, as though it's okay to have a drink after work and watch a football game, but playing XCOM is somehow wrong. They are only looking out for us, you see, as if people playing games need help figuring their lives out. Like, it's kind of true, though. Like,
It's totally true.
Like,
Totally true.
my parents didn't do that to me, but I feel like if I wow, we just lost Nick. I feel like if I
R.I.P.
had, said to someone on the street or like went to like my wife's work party and been like, yeah, I stream video games like 3 or 4 times a week on the internet and people watch it, like they'd be like, oh,
Yeah, totally.
that's cool, man. Why aren't you like doing like real life stuff?
Paperwork.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then in a couple years, you'd be like, yeah, 3 or 4 nights a week, I play games with my son, and then it's okay. Then it'll be fine.
Yeah, then it's okay. But it's like, you do it alone. It's so.
But that's the funny thing is I think people that don't play games, or maybe the most kind of gaming interaction they have is a casual game on their phone. They tend to think that gaming is like an antisocial activity, that you're just sitting there in your basement or your office playing a game by yourself, and that somehow that you should be doing social things. And the funny thing is that the only time I play games for like the past decade has been with other people playing online, and that's why I like it so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I know from just my history that was a really hard thing to get across 10 years ago, that I enjoyed playing games because I was playing with people. And luckily I think it's becoming a lot more accepted because everything is online now. But it's still, there still is that stigma that if you tell people you're gaming, that people just assume that you're not socially well adjusted, and that you should be doing better things with your time.
Yeah, no, Brandon's like the most responsible person I know.
Yep. I'll second
Also
that.
a gamer.
Yep.
So,
But I don't talk about it at work because there is that perception.
Yeah, there is.
well, I work
Yeah,
on
I
a
don't
help
talk about-
desk,
I don't
so
talk
we all
about it
just.
at work either. People.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's
shitty
super
person.
weird. Yeah, I keep mine under wraps as well. But some of you guys who are in jobs where it's a little more fraying definitely should talk about it.
Well, working on a help desk, everyone games, so
Yeah.
that's kind of nice for me in that way. But
It's cool
When I
you
have
find a
days
gamer
off
to
of-
work with, because
Yeah.
then you and him have this special relationship.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
people
can
I work with, we don't have like. There's a lot of downtime in my job, so when I have the day off, people actually G-chat me and they ask me if I'm streaming, and then they end up watching me play. It's kind of funny. So I have a good office in that sense.
So
Nice bunch of nerds. Oh, you streaming? Who watches streams, honestly? Nerds.
So there you go, guys. That was our little roundtable for this week. We actually have another semi-roundtable following this up in the viewer questions. But so yeah, we're gonna take a quick 30-second break and then hop into the Twitter and email questions. So we will be back in just a bit.
When you
How-
said we have
how
another
old
round
is
table
H-Man now?
coming up, huh?
How old's H-Man now? 5?
He'll be 5 in February.
I knew his birthday was right around
He
now.
plays Minecraft like a boss.
Is he building
Nice.
dicks?
Nice. Does he know I know Captain Sparkles? Because I do.
No, dude. I was at Ada's friend Steph's wedding, and her other friend, Jen, her husband, was there with us. And Dynamite came on, and he started singing the songs to Jordan, or singing the lyrics to Jordan's song. And I was like, "You want me to text Captain Sparkles right now?" And he fucking
little
freaked
cousin.
out.
My little cousin at Christmas, he was singing Minecraft style, and it was like the most surreal experience ever. I was like, wait, what? I was like, what?
What do you
Is this? I was like, okay.
I'm
I
like, yeah,
guess.
that's my pal. That's my buddy, Jordan. People like I don't see that in like Jordan or Adam anymore, like at
No.
all. It's just
No.
like really weird when I hear people, "Oh, well, you know him," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's Adam."
He's a
and
fucking
Jordan."
nerd.
I'm like, "That's Jordan."
So, what I meant by a little roundtable there, Brandon, is the first question there. I think
No,
is
I know
okay.
that. I thought you were referring to the last question, which is why I
Well-
initially chuckled.
That one we'll get to. This wasn't even asked as a Twitter question, like, for the podcast. Rohan, who trolls me daily as well as follows me, he tweeted me. He's like, "How can I get my mom back into gaming?" And I was like, didn't know if he was trolling or not. But even if he was trolling, I was like, this question is actually kind of cool. So his mom's in her late 40s now, but she used to play like Doom and Ocarina of Time. He said she played a lot. And he said he wanted to get her back into gaming. So yes, he calls
Doom
calls
4
me
next
names
year.
in chat. So
Doom 4
he
next
was
year.
like,
There
what
it is.
games? So I basically kind of condensed the question down. I put the actual question in the doc there, but basically the question is, so let's say, not even like my parents are in their late 50s, so it's kind of like too late for them. But let's say, you know someone in their
Yeah, they're on their way out.
yeah, they're done, dude. Yeah.
They're finished.
They never ever have touched a game ever, so it doesn't even apply there. But maybe someone who's early 40s, like late 30s, who may have played a game back in the day, or like even Mario Brothers in the 80s or something, and they were like, you know what, I kind of want to get back into this gaming thing. What game? And I'm going to spread this out to console titles as well. So what games?
I have experience with this.
What game would you tell them to play, like to get them, ease them back in, sort of?
Well, when the original the Lego Star Wars game came out, like I was like 3, but so I played that with my dad, and I thought that was like a good game. So I would say like any Lego game, because like it's an easily, you can grasp it easily, like anybody can. Like you like there's one button to attack and there's a button to jump, and that's like about it.
Mm-hmm.
So like Lego games are pretty easy to play with parents, I'd say.
Then you got that pop culture touchstone in the game, as well as real simple gameplay.
You got Harry
It's not a
Potter,
bad
you got
call.
Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, you got all those choices.
But all those games on the App Store and stuff, like Kelly's parents play on their iPads. Like, I don't know where it swings on. You have to like, I don't know. There's a bunch of shitty games on the iPad.
There's
and
a
they all
bunch of
play it and they
actually
love it.
really good iOS games.
Yeah,
to be
there's
honest.
not bad
There's
ones
a
too,
lot.
but they just got into that once they got iPads and like their
My
house.
my mom is in her 60s, and she got an iPad for work. They gave her an iPad to do work on the go, like paperwork and shit. And she found a game called Flow, which is like a puzzle game where you just like, it gives you like a grid and 2 colored dots, but there's like multiple different colors, and you have to get from one dot to the other, but no, you have to fill out the whole grid without ever crossing colors. So you can never cross lines. And she's further in that game than I am, and I've probably put like half the time that she has into it, and she's way better at it than I am. And I think casual games that, like, particularly at their age when they need something to like beat up their mind a little bit, but not to the point where it's super frustrating, I think casual games are the way to go. iPads,
for sure.
phones,
Yeah,
words with friends,
Jetpack
words with
Joyride.
friends even. Yeah.
Jetpack Joyride, Words with Friends.
Actually, I'm
Jetpack
gonna send
Joyride's
my mom an
fucking
invite to
awesome.
Words with Friends right now. Good call.
I think if it's someone that's been into gaming before, like his question says Doom 3 and Ocarina of Time, those are more. I would say that's someone who you could find a more kind of a more involving game
I think
than
Doom
just
4.
casual games.
Trine, I think, would be an excellent game to give someone like that. It is kind of hard in parts, but it's pretty much like, a puzzle platformer.
Let's have them play Super Meat Boy. They'll be fine.
Oh yeah, they won't be
They'll have a
frustrated
great
at
time.
all. Yeah.
I think that's actually. I think that for some older people who maybe used to play games that were more simplistic, like back in 2D days, I think the good games to get them into are some of the indie games, like maybe FTL and even like
Isaac.
Mark of the Ninja or Isaac. I mean, there are a lot of good games that will evoke some of those more retro emotions, and people who haven't played games in a while, if they're not really paying attention, they might just think that it's all Call of Duty and Battlefield. And that's not what they're interested in.
That's where all the advertising is. So.
But there's a lot of great games that we as gamers know about that people might not know about, and I think those are the games to try and sell them on.
Bastion's actually a solid idea.
Absolutely.
Pretty simple
Because the
control
story-
scheme, and yeah, it'll draw them in with the story, and it's that kind of isometric
And you get told how to play the game while you're playing it. I mean,
Yeah.
the narrative kind of walks you through it. You're not going to struggle to beat Bastion.
Buy your mom Portal.
That too. That's a
Portal
brilliant game.
Portal
actually.
1, not bad, because Portal 1 is a lot simpler than Portal 2.
Well, you could probably have them play Portal 1, and if they like that, buy
right,
Portal 2.
right. But to start in with,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess this is all great if you like your parents, but if you don't like them, I would throw
Buy
in
them Call
something
of
like
Duty,
Modern
uh,
Warfare 3. Buy them Modern
Yeah.
Warfare 3.
Brink, War Z.
No,
I'm still not
League
with that
League
stuff.
of Legends with
any
APL
MOBA, any
Yeah.
MOBA, pretty much they'll want to kill themselves within an hour.
What you do is you play League of Legends with Fwiz and you make a Mumu your first ban.
Oh,
Because
man.
it's the only champion he knows how to play, so you just ban it right away.
He's playing V now, or Vi. whatever the fuck
You
you're-
ban Vi with your second.
Someone in chat just said FPSs aren't the best, and I would agree for this situation. FPS would be a bad place to
No.
start.
that's a bad
A good single player FPS would be okay, but nothing competitive.
Yeah, no.
Like if they played Doom 3, I would like put the high res texture mods on Doom 3 and be like, look at how awesome this is now.
yeah, that'd be good.
Dead
Um,
Space, if they like Doom, for instance, would be
Dead
good.
Space.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
actually,
gotta be
that's a
something
good
easy
call.
on the controls though. That's
Dead Space
something
isn't
kinda
hard.
does a
Yeah,
huge
Dead Space
thing.
isn't hard.
And definitely something that maybe you can put the difficulty level on easier, because I think older people, like your parents' age, are probably more likely to want to experience the story of a game rather than get dying and trying to get past hard parts. I think
Yeah.
they'd be more into it for the experience.
Brandon, are you gender discriminating right now?
If you're Jason from Father Son Gaming, who has the best stream on Twitch, by the way, last night this 16-year-old kid and his 58-year-old dad were playing 2v2 game battles.
That's kind of awesome.
It was,
actually.
and,
is
and they're
awesome.
like, they have like the coolest relationship. Like his dad got like a 2-kill clutch. His son died like right away, and his dad killed both dudes. And he stood up. He's like, "Fuck yeah!" He's all super pumped up about it. It's just like it's the coolest content.
And they're
ever.
from like Jersey, so they're just
Yeah.
hilarious to listen to.
He
They're
calls
just like,
it- he calls them Pop.
I can't.
It's like pops and son. They don't call each other anything else. It's so good.
But yeah, if you're going, the easy controls I think are a must. So you don't spend too
Minecraft.
much time. Minecraft is
Why
not
did
a
nobody say
bad call.
Minecraft? Or the
Everyone
Sim-
knows what Legos are.
How do you
It's
craft a cow?
Minecraft's.
Maybe
Well,
like
yeah,
Mirror's
Chaz
Edge.
couldn't figure out Minecraft, so I don't
Get them-
know.
Get the Mirror's
I
Edge and
figured
then
it
tell them
out.
to race.
There are games for developmentally challenged.
I'm gonna get
people.
my mom Dark Souls.
Yeah.
That's what someone said earlier too in the chat. Dark Souls is pretty casual.
Yeah, Dark
She's
Souls.
gonna ask, why is this called Prepare to Die Edition?
Yeah.
Well,
That's what you're saying to the monsters, Mom. That's what you're gonna say to them.
I
You're
also
it's gonna be really easy.
suggested. I also just suggested Isaac, but then I was like, they better be like not squeamish, and
Not
ready.
religious at all.
Not religious at all. Yeah, if they're religious at all, that
Gotta be
one's not a
down
good
with-
I
place
don't
to
think
start.
that's probably the best place to start.
So
You're
the
trying to
point of the
kill-
game
you're
is,
trying to kill mom. So
Mom was
maybe-
told by God to kill you, so you jumped into the basement, and now you gotta kill her. So no, yeah, my parents would be like, "This is the devil, and we're gonna pray for you." All right. So, all
Find
right.
Jesus.
Praise. Scott is MOBA clicking the document. He is MOBA clicking the
He
document.
is MOBA clicking it right now.
I'm sorry, I just MOBA clicked everywhere.
Everywhere.
As I
Oh,
scroll
I'm
down,
just-
as I
look
scroll down,
everywhere.
I just slowly see Incredible Herb creeping up on my screen.
Like you're looking at a question and like all you see is like his eyes peeping over like the taskbar. It's
Yeah.
just, like there.
So, moving on. That is a good question, though. That was an example of an excellent question.
Even if it was a
To
troll,
everyone.
I don't think it was though.
It wasn't, though.
No, it wasn't.
We
wasn't.
confirmed it wasn't, or you? Okay,
We confirmed it. Confirmed, kill confirmed.
Kill confirmed. Yeah.
very nice.
Hold tags. At Bromod asks who. At Bromod asks who has the nicest rear deltoids out of you guys. I'm
Dealt.
gonna have to go with Cheddar Chz.
Probably Chz.
Intermittent
I mean-
fasting Chz.
I'm too swole to even turn around, so.
I mean, I lift like 60 pounds, so.
My shoulders don't even work, so I just I got nothing.
Dan bows out of this one.
Yeah.
Lost him in Weed War 3 anyways, so you're fine.
Yeah. Well, those are my legs, not really
Yeah.
my delts, but
Limbs.
yeah. I'm fucked everywhere pretty much.
I have a great cock, so there's that.
Not as great as the guy in the last question today, maybe. I don't know. But so I'm going with Chezz. I nominate Chezz for this. But
Yeah, if Chezz wasn't here, I'd say Chezz.
I wouldn't say Scott yet, but give him a couple months.
Give me some time by the
Give
new
him
year.
some time.
By the new year.
Just be a tank of a man soon. All right. At CheeseNip asks, if you could get anyone to attend your wedding, who would it be?
Little B.
That's an easy and fast answer.
Yeah.
Sir Ian McKellen.
You want Gandalf up in that bitch. All
I
right.
do. I want him to be the pastor, priest, whatever, minister.
What would have been coolest for my wedding would have been Mario Lemieux at the time.
I'm gonna say Dave Torello.
Oh, God.
I would like to have Dave Torello there, Dan.
Are you sure you want Dave Trellier? at
Yeah,
your
I want
wedding?
him drinking early.
Oh, dear God. That man, I hope he's watching. He sometimes watches, he said, but yeah, Dave, he gets out of
Dave
hand.
parties.
Yeah, I
Likes
mean,
to party.
you know.
It gets out of hand. God, what would I want? Like, I guess anyone in history too. We could choose from
Yeah, I
people
mean,
that are dead.
Yeah, it says anyone.
All right.
Abraham Lincoln.
J.A.R. Token?
With the bullet wound. I want.
That is so fucked up.
Half head Abe Lincoln.
Oh my God, Zombie Abe. Is that
Yeah.
what we want? Oh God. Man, I'm really drawing a blank on this. I can't think of anyone that I really want there. I mean,
Wow. Not even us? It's just like,
He doesn't
I
even
can't
go
think of
for, like-
anybody, not
doesn't
even my
go for
friends or family.
Pedestrian answers.
I just want my friends and family to be there, not Scott. Fuck.
Zombie JFK.
R. Kelly is an excellent answer.
He'll pee on you at the end.
About to consecrate this bitch. Do it.
I would say I want Gabe Newell to attend in the onesie from the PC Master Race picture.
Still my PC desktop background.
Not a bad call. Yeah, I actually was like wanting to get Mario Lemieux to come to my wedding because it would.
Oh, that's so. Yeah.
For my group of friends, it would have been the coolest like thing ever. So.
Well, I do have an answer. Ricky Gervais. I love Ricky
Ooh,
Gervais, and I love his
a good
stand-up. So
choice.
maybe he could do a nice little. Maybe he could be my best man and give a little speech.
Wow.
That would be legit.
That is a legit answer. That'd be
Ricky Gervais
great for
has
the
the
reception.
number one. He has the #1 bathtub pictures ever. I love those. They're hilarious.
What about you, Knack Fenton?
Ian McKellen. We already
Oh
went
yeah,
over
you did
this.
say Ian McKellen.
It was so
Chezz?
forgettable of an answer. Dan just totally forgot.
Ian McKellen is forgettable. We're gonna go here right now.
He's
Someone in
okay.
chat
That's
with
Ian
Peter
McKellen.
Molyneux with the center of the Curiosity Cube.
Nobody's gotten there yet. Is that cube still a thing?
Is that
It's still going, yes. It's still going.
Why are we not digging ourselves? What's going on?
I know. I have at work a few times, but
Because I play good games.
What is it, Dan? What is it? I still haven't even like. Is it just
you just
literally?
hit. You just go tap 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 on your screen.
Tap on.
That's it. That's all you do. That's it.
Oh.
You can get combos for hitting so many blocks at once. Like, that's about it. That's seriously it.
And Peter Molyneux pops up if you don't get the combo. Combo breaker.
So, what about you,
The
Chip?
center is just a giant bong rip.
You like break the last piece and it's cracking open. There's just smoke. It's just like.
You just get
Mar-
super high via your.
Justin TV / Marijuana Man's just sitting in the middle. The
Is he
great.
still at it? He's on his.
I don't know.
grind?
He should have
He's on
been
his
banned
grind?
technically at this point.
Dan
What do you-
cannot, or yes, John cannot speak publicly on the matter. Apparently.
Probably not. What about you, Chezz?
For what? The person I have at the wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
Oh,
B. I
little
wanted to say
B.
swag.
That's right.
after
Oh my God,
the
You
sip
were
of wine.
first.
Dan, are you?
Dan, how
Dan's
old are you
aging
again?
super quick. He has.
I
like,
know.
Dan's aging as the podcast goes.
Yeah.
dementia, And
I'm gonna be like the dude at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark and just
The podcast is just gonna
Dan
be like
slowly
Dan
hunching
asking
over.
the same questions over and over.
Yeah, it's just gonna be that. All right, so moving on to our final question. This was an
Sure, that
email.
wasn't even Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm
Yeah, it was
fairly-
in Last Crusade. I'm sorry.
That's
Although
how
there were
bad it's
melting
getting.
faces in the first movie as well.
That's how,
So
that's not the same thing. Not the same thing.
it's true.
Oh God. Well,
This last question.
This-
I mean, it's really detailed.
super detailed.
So I'm just going to go into it. Mr. James Chester asks us, this was an email we received. I'll start from the top. Taylor Swift is the most beautiful woman in the world, and I plan to marry her one day. But my experience with the ladies is subpar. My penis is only 6.7 inches long.
That's a pretty big cock. Buddy.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
saying.
that's like not a
that's
bad
not
cock
above
size.
average. That's
We'll just
very
start-
above average. So
Yeah.
You'd be crying.
The average white man is 6 inches, I believe. So,
That's actually like 5.5.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
smaller than that.
yeah, you're doing well there, sir. I don't know. He must have a real good impression of all our dicks. That's all I'm saying. As KBMOD is known for the gratuitous amounts of pussy they slay, especially Nick Fenton, whose lady intake has increased tenfold since removal of the infamous pedo stash, could you
back to-
please share
yeah.
your vast and infinite knowledge of picking up women so I can apply them to Taylor Swift? I mean, I don't even know where to start. He's got
Well,
an
there's
I'm
so
waiting for
he's,
John to take this one.
he's got a solid dick already.
What do I know about getting women? I've been with the same one for like 6 years.
And before that, John's track record not sparkling. Let's
well, no, they were fucking. They
were
all
hot.
really, really hot.
Yeah.
but they were shit. But I just banged them all. All
I'm
of
gonna
them.
I'm gonna reference a previous podcast where I mentioned something about putting googly eyes onto a fleshlight. There we go. Fragmatic_7. Episode 46. There we go.
Well, what you could do is get a flashlight and put Taylor Swift's picture on it somewhere. And I mean,
They make them in mouth shapes, so so you could fabricate some kind of like thing around it, like add on, do your own little addition, an extension.
go hit up my boy Dirkus out the back of the Burger King. He'll craft
mean,
anything
Get
for you.
yourself a Taylor Swift Fifi.
Yeah, get that Burger King Fifi custom made, son.
Nick, are you suggesting putting googly eyes onto the Taylor Swift face?
As well?
Too. You can
It's just like, woo, spinning around.
like,
Is
you
there
can
a
do-
moment after you've received the fleshlight molded to a mouth of a celebrity and you are stuffing your dick into it that you realize that this is what your life has become, and then you just kill yourself? Or
well, that only hit me after I was done with the alien one, the blue one. I was like, wow, this is great. Actually, my life is going in really good directions right now. I found extraterrestrial life in this
As you
plastic.
slayed it. Yeah, as you slayed it.
I slayed the Navi, and that was
That's
that.
a really good suggestion. Is that the Taylor Swift one would play her song, so it's got an MP3 player built in as well.
but would you,
That'd be
as
good.
you were fucking it, would it be muffled though? With the
Yeah.
song?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We'd have some
That's
sort
the
of
effect. Yeah, that's
some
the
voice
effect.
modulation when you're stuffing your dick in there. Yeah.
You know,
I don't know how helpful this has been so far, but I mean,
One thing I've heard this entire time was craft a flashlight to have speakers and fucking have the voice modulated.
and Google eyes. Yeah.
Yo, I got my flashlight a subwoofer. What up? You want to hit some big up right now?
I can't, dude. I fucking can't. Well, I will say it does kind of make me happy because Taylor Swift is just a giant bitch. Let's be real. I mean, she
Is
makes
she?
some catchy songs. Well, I don't know about a bitch, but she's just kind of like.
What
It makes me happy that John Mayer split that right open.
Give me
No, it doesn't kind of make me
So-
happy. It makes me super happy.
So John
Did you
Mayer
use the
beat that
phrase
shit up.
Split that?
Yeah.
I think he did more than split that
Well,
multiple times.
yeah.
He slayed it. So
He might have used a guitar at one point on that.
Oh my
the guitar to
god.
split that?
It's
Wow.
possible.
It got a little crazy.
Did the guitar have googly eyes?
It might have. It might have. The Beats by Dre flashlight. Just a super bassy flashlight.
Skrillex flashlight with bass vibration function.
The
Dude,
Skrillex
this is a new
one.
market
Oh,
right
that'd be great if it had the hair too. It,
It just went,
Oh my god!
You.
It came with the set of the glasses, the big glasses too.
Oh god!
And then every time you finished, it was like bang-a-ring.
Salsa on my balls, boys.
It
Salsa on
just
my
repeats
balls.
salsa on my balls, boys, until you're done, and that says bang-a-ring.
Hex had a good point with this girl's one. It just makes your dick sound terrible. That's all it does. Dubstep trumpet model? I would take that.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I
Yeah.
can't stop.
No, seriously, I can't stop. It feels so good.
I can't bang-a-ring. Oh.
I can't stop. I can't breathe.
Bangarang and pass out. That's how that just ends. I mean, I'm not sure how helpful that was, James Chester, but
Probably
like
wasn't
some
very helpful
progress.
at all, but we addressed a lot of things all at once there.
all we've learned is that you need a fleshlight and your penis is pretty good. That's what we've
Yeah,
established.
it's all right. You have a pretty all right cock. Yeah.
You're doing good with that cock part, so
That'd be weird.
you just got to work on the other half of that.
The phrasing of that was extremely creepy.
What, the cock part? You're doing all right with that cock
You're doing
part?
pretty good.
It's a solid cock part, you know.
Oh.
All right, guys. Well, with this incredible herb picture at the end here. So, yeah, that's it for the cast this week. I don't even know what to say right now.
I don't know
Yeah,
what you say.
diction on next week, right?
Yeah, diction on next week. If you want to email in questions such as that one, email community at
Bad advice with
kbmod.com.
diction live.
And oh my Jesus Lord, what just was put? Anyway, yeah, eat my diction next week on the podcast. Follow us here on Twitch, or don't after what just happened. I don't even.
Yeah.
If you really want to support us, subscribe. It's the best way. Follow us on Twitter at KBMOD Gaming, on Facebook, facebook.com/KBMOD. And we'll see you next week if Scott recovers from this
God,
and Nick
I'm-
isn't
I'm-
making millions in the fleshlight market. Jesus Christ, your boy bags. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to post-stream some Isaac at some point. Good night. I don't even...